Wits University kicks off its centenary campaign with the opening of the new state-of-the-art Wits Seabrooke Music Hall. The hall was opened on Thursday night with jazz, classical and contemporary music performances. The centenary campaign aims to raise 3 billion rand for various initiatives, including research and infrastructure development. Wits University lecturer and PhD candidate Chantal Willie-Petersen joins us now for more on this. A very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon, Didi. Thank you for
I guess
having
congratulations
me.
are in order. Tell us about Mr. Seabrooke and why it was named after him.
Yes, so Mr. Christopher Seabrooke has been in a long frame discussion with our head of department, Dr. Donata Summer, together with other affiliates, Dr. Brett Piper as well as Dr. Renee Smith, over the last 10 years to bring about funding and the capacity for the music faculty at Wits to start and build and now finally celebrate the initiation of a music room which not only facilitates one of the best acoustic frame and blends in the Johannesburg precinct, but it also offers an opportunity for us to celebrate and bring together cultural communities locally and internationally. What I know of Mr. Christopher Seabrooke is that he is the main contributing founder to the building of this wonderful music auditorium, and thus it's been called after his name and his foundation.
Right. If you could set the scene
Sure.
for us and tell us about, the space in terms of the teaching of music, but classical music, jazz music in South Africa. Where are we?
Well, I think we are in a space that is exciting. I think we are in a space where there's such a push for innovation and for integrity with regard to music practice, artistic practice, but also the welcoming of the global South to a world that's waiting to hear from South Africa, from young South African musicians. Wits music faculty, my colleagues are so widely known and so highly celebrated. It's really such an honor for me to actually be here today and speak on behalf of the department and the students that have been coming through. So this hall, what we did on Wednesday and Thursday was really to call through our students and our staff to showcase the different forms and genres of music that Wits holds, Wits music faculty holds, and also to look at the sort of possibilities in performance and the power and the scope that it has, not only for sort of economic growth, but also for real societal building, for healing, especially given the context of what we've all come through over the last 2 years. So I think that the centenary celebration of the Christopher Seabrooke Hall represents a lot for the community itself, but also with regard to the high-end performance that this sort of auditorium offers for the production of new works, the commissioning of new compositions, and artistic and cultural practice for our public, for our students, and for our communities.
I'll tell you speak to people from across the continent, they'll tell you South African music.
Yes.
There's something in there. So this is quite a welcome move.
Yes.
You also talk about the fact that you guys are raising funds for more research to be done. In what areas?
That's correct. Well, our faculty in particular has components of research, which looks at local and global and Pan-African areas of subject matters, but we also raise funds so that we can grow our foundation program. And in our music foundation program, we take in very talented young people who are not really skilled to yet start at first-year levels. So with regard to the music faculty, it's to grow the capacity to enable our students to have the right resources, to have enough time to become excellent in what they do and become great ambassadors in the arts for South Africa. And our Vice-Chancellor and our Chancellors were there with the launch of the event on Wednesday and Thursday, as well as Professor Garth Stevens. And what they spoke around was the importance of the funding being used to grow innovation, to continue to allow Wits to hold the mark it does throughout its different and various faculties for global innovation, particularly with regard to research. And investigative sort of science studies across the norm.
how accessible is it? I ask specifically in terms of if you're a young person and you've never been to a classical or a jazz show, suits and tie, wines in hand, you don't even know which hand to hold it on. You know, people who are looking all serious. So how accessible is it, you know, to young people in South Africa who are looking to enter into this space?
That is such a great question, Dudu. You know, I would like to think, I've been at Wits for 5 years, that Wits is an open, you come as you are. If you have commitment and you have the tenacity to understand and prepare what it is that lays ahead for you, particularly in the arts discipline, then we will take you further from the place of, as I said, we have the foundation program that runs through to specializations and doctorate studies in the arts. It is a field of study, I think, that needs a lot of I think, exposure with regards to how people understand it. And I think the possibilities in the arts remain hugely potentialized. And we are in the process, especially at Wits, of letting people understand just how much of a fulfilling, lucrative, and vocational experience this calling can be. So we welcome candidates from all walks of life, from all over our country, to join the faculty.
From the outside looking in, you're such an inspiration. Not only are you a lecturer, you're a PhD candidate. We spot you there with an instrument. How are you doing?
Oh, you know, Dudu, I've come through a lot. I've lost my husband, who was a phenomenal jazz performer. And I think it has really grounded in me, I think, a resolve to understand the privilege it is to teach young people, to nurture and to have the influence that you can through the arts and through what we do. So I am incredibly blessed and thankful to be even in the capacity that I am today, to speak on behalf of what music can offer our society and our people in this wonderful nation that we call home.
Long may it last. Thank you very much for coming through and talking to us. Chantal Willie-Petersen is a lecturer and PhD candidate at Wits University. Thank you.
Thank you, Dudu.